So now Bilal has accepted Islam. He's being tortured, so he bears the discomfort for the deen. Allah Rabbul Izzah sends Abu Bakr as-Siddiq to do what? Emancipate him, set him free. So Abu Bakr comes, purchases him and releases him, sets him free. Notice the first honor that Allah gave him. After bearing difficulty for the deen, Allah Rabbul Izzah gives him what he wouldn't have ever had otherwise. Freedom for him and his progeny after him. Do you see when I tell you, when you bear difficulty, Allah honors? Second point, notice that Allah Rabbul Izzah, everything works under the instructions of the Dhul Arsh al-Majid and Fa'alul lima yurid. Allah could have sent a non-Muslim to come and free him, grow some sympathy in his heart. Allah Rabbul Izzah could have sent another Sahabi, but Allah Rabbul Izzah sent Abu Bakr as-Siddiq to emancipate him. You know, I travel a fair bit, and based on the reception you get at the airport, it kind of dictates your rank amidst people. So Prime Minister comes to receive. Monarch comes to receive at the airport. Minister comes to receive. Who has come to receive Bilal? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Do you see honor? وَسَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى, the most righteous of the ummah after the Prophet. Do you see when I tell you, bear difficulty for Allah Rabbul Izzah, Allah will do nothing but honor and elevate you. Now notice, straight away something else happens. He becomes a Sahabi of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is called the sharaf of suhbah. The Rasul says, alayhi afdal salatu wa atammu taslim, Tuba liman ra'ani, glad tidings to those that laid eyes upon me. What honor is that? Tuba liman ra'a man ra'ani, glad tidings to those who saw the ones that saw me. I have 11 minutes, I'm racing. So he becomes a Sahabi. The same Bilal that they wouldn't sit with on the same sufra, now shares the sufra with the Rasul of Allah. أي شرف بعد هذا. But the honors do not stop there. Today, you go to the Muslim world, go to the same Arab world, they will mention his name and they will say Bilal radiyallahu an. Forget about them, their kings will say Sayyidina Bilal, our master Bilal, the Habashi slave that you wouldn't sit with. What elevated you to this status? Do you see? When you bear for the deen, Allah honors you. So Bilal became Bilal radiyallahu an. Bilal ibn Rabah became Bilal, our master. Today Arab monarchs refer to him the same, because Allah honors. Then migration happened. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrates to Medina. So Bilal migrates with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not directly with him as in the Prophet migrated and Bilal migrated. And in Medina, he becomes the confidant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He becomes the confidant of the... Guys, you can't play with the timer, because I adjust accordingly, then you twitch this and then I have to readjust, you know. You guys can't see, there's a timer here. Anyway, so so then Bilal radiyallahu anhu migrates, and in this migration Allah Rabbul Izzah creates an Islamic government. They forced him to leave, so Allah created a government for him instead. Now in this government, Bilal is the treasurer. the confidant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Narration after narration. Bilal, give this person this much money. Bilal, give this person this much this. Bilal, the confidant of the Rasul and the treasurer of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you see when I say Allah Rabbul Izzah honors? Then the salah became a requirement. The mosque was built, jama'ah, so they had to make a call for prayer. So they were inspired with the adhan. So of all of the Muslims, Bilal becomes the first mu'adhin of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. See, you don't understand the depth and value of that. Today, there are millions of masajid around the planet. Each masjid declares the adhan for every salah. Every adhan is heard by the local population. And every adhan is traced back to the one that said it first. And the one that said it first was Bilal radiyallahu anhu. من سن سنة حسنة فله أجره وأجر من عمل به إلى يوم القيامة. Whoever starts a good practice, he will get the reward of it, and the reward of whoever acts upon it till Qiyamah come. So every time and every masjid and every corner of the world that it is declared Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, a copy of the result and a copy of the reward goes into the account of Bilal. Do you see, dear ones, when I tell you that whoever bears difficulty for the deen of Allah, Allah honors you through time and space. And each time we declare the adhan, we revive the practice of this Habashi servant, slave, who was honored by Allah and honored by the deen. Then Fath Makkah came, the conquest of Makkah. Islam now reigns supreme. The Jazeera has fallen to the deen. And the Muslims come into the holy sanctuary. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam orders Bilal, climb on the Kaaba and declare the adhan. Can you see the honor in reality, physically, symbolically, metaphorically? Bilal, the Habashi slave,